In this video, we're going to talk about the goals reports, which are some of the most important reports that you can monitor in Google Analytics, specifically because they allow you to track and monitor goals that are specific to your company. Before we begin, make sure that you follow us on your favorite social channels for world-class content. So we're in the goal URLs report, and what that does is gives us a breakdown of the individual URLs that we're tracking for our individual goals. If you remember from previous videos, URLs can be created and monitored by different ways. One of those ways is end URLs. And so if a user reaches a payment confirmation page and that page is /confirmation page, then that would show up as a goal completion URL. And we'd be able to monitor and track that in Google Analytics. And so we get a few breakdowns of these specific goals by their URLs with some specific numbers of how those are performing over time. And obviously this is for all goals, and so if we wanted to narrow this down to purchase completed, we'd get a breakdown of the order completed page with the purchase completed goal. So it gives us a nice breakdown by URL for individual goals. The reverse goal path report is an interesting report, and it'll actually show the previous steps users took before they reached that goal URL location. And so if we start from order completed, users then on the previous step are at the payment page, your info page, and then a variation of different URLs. And so we can see this for all sorts of different goals as well. So this will vary from maybe something a little bit more flexible, like an enter checkout. So there's your info, the baskets. They came from all sorts of different pages, so we can, glean some insights from where users are coming from and how they are, finalizing those last steps towards that completed goal from this report. The funnel visualization report is an interesting report because it allows us to visualize how conversions are occurring through our site and then be able to dissect whether or not there's an issue at each step of the conversion process. So let me show you what I mean. So here we are, and we have as our goal purchase completed. And so it'll actually display to us the number on the left side of events and what percentage of those people didn't complete that. So who went on to the next the stage in the process. So out of 1,917, 191 went. And then we had 191 that didn't go on to the next step, which shows a big issue out of 426 with a drop off. And so it'll give us percentage between each of these conversion steps so we can begin to understand whether or not there are issues at each of these steps. And so something like your payment processing steps, you'd want to be able to have goal completion set up for that so that you can understand if users are leaving your page or if for some reason they're just not converting at the rate that you would think they should be. The goal flow report is another great report, except we get to add one more interesting dynamic to the report, which is being able to filter by dimensions. And so you can see here we have the goal purchase completed, we have the steps in process, so payment, billing and shipping, cart, and then you'll see on the left we are filtering by source. And so we can actually get a breakdown of where our most profitable sources are, or if we wanted to pick a different dimension and do this by active users, browser type, a specific campaign, we can filter by specific dimensions to understand how users are moving through a specific flow towards a specific conversion goal, which is really great. The Smart Goals report is fantastic if you aren't advanced set up yet for goals, because Smart Goals will actually act like goals for a certain percentage of engaged users on your site. And so you get the benefit of goal data without actually having to go through the complexity of setting up goals yourself. And so you'll get some specific data. It'll look similar to a lot of tabular data that you see in some of the other analytics reports, and it'll just give you a yes, no on whether or not that SMART goal was completed. And so you can pick specific metrics and whether or not that goal was completed over time. You're going to be able to get some information in this table below. So that's it for the goals reports. There's some of the more important reports in Google Analytics. especially if you get into the more advanced implementation for setting up your goals, because they allow you to more specifically track goals that are relevant to your company. So I hope that that's helpful in helping you sort of understand how it can improve, your business process. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite social media channels for world-class content, and we'll see you next time.